Hi, this is Rob G. Welcome to Savvy. Today I want to talk to you about changing careers. And when I say careers, I want to kind of broaden that term a bit because, immediately you think about a job, but I want to talk to you about maybe changing careers in a job and an industry, but also maybe changing careers out of a job and into a business, which is what I did. Now, this started when I had a conversation recently with a friend of mine, and his career actually he's at a crossroads. His career is becoming irrelevant today. Something he spent a couple of decades doing is dwindling down, and the people who do what he does are becoming less and less. And of course, that means the opportunities are less and less. And if you've done something for a couple of decades and it's going away, what do you do? And that's the problem that he has and that he's facing right now because he doesn't know what to do. So what I did was I told him my story, real quick. I won't get into great detail, but my story is that I started out in print design, graphic designer, and worked for many years doing that and had management positions over designers and experienced lots of different areas of the industry before I got laid off for the first time ever in my life. And it wasn't something that I did. It basically the result of downsizing. The company wants to make more money, and how do they do that? They lower expenses by eliminating positions. And I was one of 9 positions across several different companies, or it was actually a publishing company, so they had 9 magazines, and they eliminated all 9 of the positions that I held. So they saved probably close to $1 million a year just by doing that alone. And of course, everybody around absorbs your responsibility. So that was disheartening, but it was the first time, so I didn't think anything of it. And I just went out and I did what you're supposed to do. In fact, I did everything you're supposed to do. I was networking, I was emailing, I was posting on job boards, meeting with recruiters. Heck, if I was grocery shopping, I would just start up a conversation with you to find out what you did. Maybe there's something we could do together. Maybe you had an opportunity that I can help with. I did it all. And after 7 months, I got one interview, and that came through somebody that I had known prior. All right, so I got a job, did well, excelled fairly quickly in it. I helped turn around an entire department, which is what they hired me to do. And 2 years later, sales was down. And what happened? Well, they let me go. I was the new guy. So in order to save money, they got rid of the new guy, even though it wasn't my fault, just the nature of the economy, I suppose, and realized I cannot get a job doing what I was educated to do. As a print designer, they weren't out there. And for me, it's a little different. When you're in your 20s, it's, you can pivot pretty easily. But when you're in your 40s, it becomes a lot more challenging. And so instead of trying to find more print work, which there was less of, I looked around and I said, well, where is the abundance of opportunity? And it turned out, of course, it's in web. It's in the internet, it's digital. And so with over 20 years of print design experience, I made a transition into web design, a completely new space. Yeah, it uses the basics of design, but it was all new tools and all new world and really a new thought process too. So that's what I did, and I started learning those new skills. And that's kind of a scary place to be, especially when I'm talking with my friend and telling him this story, the look on his face when I suggested that he learn a whole new skill set, it was like a deer in headlights. He was scared, and I get it. I was there and scared too. Because what essentially happens is all the experience that you have, he had a couple of decades of experience. Your thought process is, well, I want to leverage that. I put so much time and effort into it. I don't want to learn something new. I want to leverage that experience to move ahead. And I kind of told him point blank. I was like, but nobody wants what you know. And I say that with all the love I can muster up because that's the truth. So sometimes you just need to learn new skills based on the opportunities that are out there. Now, as I said, I did it. after a couple of decades, did the same thing, learned a new skill set. And here's the thing. I didn't go looking for a job using the new skill sets that I had. I got a job that I could get that would pay the bills, but really what I wanted to do, and what we're always here talking about at Savvy, and that's owning your own business, doing your own thing, and living life on your own terms, designing the life you want. So I leverage my new skills in starting my own business because I can change, I can stick and move, I can pivot, I can choose the clients I want to work with, all while learning to keep it at a level that I can control and not worried about trying to sell myself with a new set of skills to somebody looking to hire me. That's not really an easy thing to do, or I think a desirable thing to do, because right now I'm more excited than I've ever been. There's more opportunities than there ever have been, not just for me, but for anybody who's in a new relevant skill space. All right, so I wake up energized, I'm doing what I want to do, I'm building my own business, I'm making the decisions, I'm creating something. And that's the exciting part, and I want that for you too, if that's something you think that you'd like to have in your life. So I have a couple of questions for you then. Number one, what are you interested in that you think you would like to do? Think about that. Number two, do you have a special set of skills that you can expand on and charge for? Because you never know, people will pay money for a specialized set of skills that may be hard to find. And number three, what's stopping you from working for yourself? Most people I talk to, the average person, says, well, not anybody can run a business. I beg to differ. Running a business is merely a new set of skills you don't yet have. It's not that difficult, and there's not just one way to run a business. So you just learn the new skills. So listen, I want to hear your thoughts on this kind of thing. I want to hear your thoughts on, are you thinking of changing careers? Have you done it? Have you done it successfully? What are some of the obstacles that you faced? Or if you haven't yet done it, what are you afraid of that's holding you back? Put them down in the comments below and let's talk about that. I'll answer whatever I can, and we'll get some feedback from the community and see what they say, because that's what this is all about. It's an exchange of information. So listen, I thank you for watching today. As always, I'm Rob G, and remember, always be learning, always stay savvy. Have a great day.